Hey guys, Amanda Lucido here with Lucido Real Estate. So as promised, I am putting this video together for those of you that have sent me questions on Instagram. And so I'm gonna go over all of those questions with you guys. I got about 6 questions, so here we go. So the first question that I got was actually why or how I got into the real estate industry. So I got into real estate when I was 19. I got my real estate license, my salesperson's license at 19 years old. Before that, I was just going to college for business. I knew that I wanted to do something that had to do with business and owning my own business. Both of my parents are self-employed. They own their own business. My dad owns a masonry company and my mom owns Lucido Real Estate. So Lucido Real Estate actually started back in the 80s. My grandfather owned the company and he grew it from there. So my mom actually took over the company. He had passed away and she kind of reopened it in his honor. So she had been working just herself for a few years at Lucido Real Estate. I was taking college courses. After I would get out of my classes, I would actually go to our office and kind of just watch things that she was doing. I'd go and visit her open houses. I would learn about different properties, learn about how to put offers in. So before I even got my license, I already was educated on some of the real estate process. So I got my salesperson's license when I was 19. A few years later, I got my broker's license. So I am a licensed real estate broker and I've had my license for 8 years now. All right. So the second question I got is how much does it cost when you use a buyer's agent? It is 100% a free service. So the seller is actually the one that pays the entire commission. So the way it works is a house gets listed on the market. They sign a listing contract with whoever they list the property with. And in that contract, there is a section where you put the total commission. So let's say it's 5%. So the overall total commission is 5%. And most agents will split that in half. So it'd be 2.5% to the listing agent who has listed that property, and then 2.5% to the buyer's agent who brought the buyer to the property that is purchasing it. So to have a buyer's agent, it is 100% free, and I always recommend that you have a buyer's agent if you're looking to buy a home, because the seller's agent represents the seller. If you have a buyer's agent, the buyer's agent represents you. So we look out for any types of red flags that might come up in the property. I walk through the whole home with you and kind of give you my inside opinion on the property. I can pull comps for you, let you know what I think it's worth, what we should offer on the home, and help you negotiate everything. So I help you through the entire process of buying your home. So it's key to have a buyer's agent, and it's free. All right, so my next question is, how do I know whether my home is in a flood zone or not, or a home I am purchasing? So it's very easy to find that out. You can actually go to FEMA's website. So it's FEMA, FEMA Flood Maps. And what you can do is you can actually type in the property address. It will then upload a map for you to look at, and it will show you whether your home is in a flood zone or is not. If it is, it will also show you what type of flood zone, because there are AE flood zone, VE flood zones, and those mean different things. So if you're in a VE flood zone, your insurance might be higher than if you're in an AE flood zone. So it really all depends exactly what type of flood zone the property is in. And then if you would like to get a quote to find out how much your flood insurance would cost, You can contact any insurance agent, or I have a preferred list of insurance agencies that you can call as well. Okay, so my next question is, should I get pre-approved for a mortgage? Yes, 100%. I always tell clients, before you start house hunting, contact a lender, get pre-approved. I have a list of preferred lenders. There's about 4 or 5 of them that you can reach out to. They will ask you a certain amount of questions. They might require some documents, but they will get you pre-approved, and they will tell you what you are looking at as far as your buying power for a property. The worst thing is to be out house hunting for a $500,000 home. You fall in love with it, and then you find out you're only approved for $400,000. So it's good to know what you're looking at as far as a price point for homes before you go out and start looking at properties, especially because this market moves so quickly that when you do find a house that you want to put an offer in, you already have that pre-approval letter, and it just makes everything so much smoother, the entire process, because the seller will need a copy of your pre-approval letter in order to accept your offer on the home. Okay, so my next question is, should I buy or rent a home right now? And that really would depend on your situation. What I will say is that rates are extremely low right now, and they are going to quietly creep up a bit. I don't know how much, there's really no telling how much exactly, but from recent studies that I've read, rates are slowly going to start climbing. So if you've been thinking about buying, now is a great time. The other thing is, a lot of home buyers have decided to take a break from house hunting just because they're getting tired of getting beat up with multiple offers and offering over asking price. That now there may be a few less buyers out there, so it may be a good time for you to get back in the game and start house hunting again. I'm also seeing more inventory hitting the market too, which also helps with the shortage of properties that we have in the area. And as far as renting goes, rental prices are very high as well. I've seen some that are very high compared to what your mortgage would be if you bought a home. So if you want me to compare whether you're buying a property for a certain amount versus renting a property, seeing which one is a better situation for you, I can certainly do that. And more than likely buying will be the answer, because the other thing is you're putting your money towards, you're investing in yourself. You're putting it towards your mortgage, whereas with a rental, you're giving it to your landlord. So renting can be great if you need a temporary place to live, or if you're maybe kind of not exactly sure where you want to live just yet, and you want to live in a town for now and see if you like it. If you do, you'll buy there. So it could be a good option for someone, but buying might be a good option as well. So feel free to talk to me about that anytime. Those were all my questions for today, so I hope that helps, and I love answering all of your questions, so feel free to comment below any questions that you might have. You can always reach out to me. My contact info is pretty much everywhere, so reach out to me with any questions that you might have, and thank you so much for watching the video.